Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. I'm open by chance and Lady Pop Hunter. Uh,
Uh-oh.
and we're just gonna hang out. I mean, I actually want what?
Oh no, you're good to
You're
go.
good.
Did I freeze up again?
For a second.
Okay,
For a
so
second.
my internet's a little sketchy, just so you know. My internet's been a little bit weird. But actually we were planning to hang out about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. When was that? That was like a while ago.
Yeah.
And like I got really, really sick, actually. I sort of passed out for a weekend. I was like dead for one weekend. And yeah, sorry. I didn't hang out. But better late than never, right?
Yeah.
So you guys were telling me something cool before the live stream started that you was it at a show that you discovered this collection
Yeah, we
of
went to a
20
comic
cent
convention
comics?
recently.
Yeah, we went to a comic book convention last weekend, and one of the dealers had a 25-cent bin. Like he had like boxes and boxes
Yeah, it
that were
was
like
like 8
25 cents.
boxes. It was like 8 long boxes
Mm-hmm.
and 25 cents or 5 for a dollar. And, when I do that, if I do a show like at Retroville, I'll do that, but they're beaters. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
25
Usually it's like
cents.
what you're trying to get rid of, like
And this,
coverless copies or whatever, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
this was just like whatever, anything. And oh, I didn't bring the coverless ones. I found early Silver Age coverless Batmans too in that bin.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't have them here. It was like Batman, like 109, 120, stuff
Okay.
like that. But that was basically it. He had the long boxes, and you figure couldn't hurt to take a look. And this was just random anything in there with no regard. And there was some amazing books in there that were worth a hell of a lot more than 20 cents a copy.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
Yeah.
what was the guy, he was just trying to get rid of extra inventory? Did he have other books as well, or
it's lots that he had bought out. He is a comic dealer. He usually goes to the Atlanta Comic Convention. And sometimes this happens where dealers will buy out another dealer's stock and then
Mhm.
they overwhelm themselves and they don't have time to go through. So they're just like, oh, screw it. And they throw it out there. There's a guy at Atlanta Comic Convention that does that.
Wow.
He puts them out, I think, what, $5 a book? He
Mm-hmm.
does something like that. No idea what's in it. And I found some really good stuff in there before. But this
Mhm.
guy was doing it at 20 cents a book.
Yeah,
And
I've
it's like,
never heard of that cheap. Like, usually it's $1,
yeah.
which is still a great price, right?
Yeah.
And so
But 20
I
cents is
started,
insane.
started picking through, and I was like, wait a minute, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And then, she got in on it, and I think she got the equivalent of a whole long box of like copper and modern Batman and
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
he
that.
had some of the
Wow.
side stories, but he had like the full run.
Yeah,
So
there were
it's
some full
like,
runs in there too.
So I got some
Wow.
full runs of the various Batman stories,
So
like
even a long box would be like
about
yeah,
200
200
even a
plus
long box
books.
would cost you less than $50 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we didn't spend $50
Yeah.
at it. And we had a ton of books, and it's
yeah.
like, wow.
He just didn't,
He
didn't have
didn't want to
time,
be bothered, and he said as much.
which is irresponsible for a dealer. You should pick through that stuff because you never know what's in there.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah, you should at
some,
least skim through it and pick out any major keys, right?
yeah, at least grab anything that looks like
So how
bronze.
about you show some of the books?
Yeah, do you
Okay.
want to start her? Oh man, her stack is
Well, you
crazy.
go because I got.
Yeah,
Because
here,
I
I'll
got
make you guys big so you guys can show.
okay.
My
Yeah, let's try to.
I'm making
Try
you
to
guys
see.
big. You guys are big now.
Okay. Yeah.
My internet keeps on cutting in and out. So you guys are probably like streaming better than I am. Billy the
Oh yeah.
Kid. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Charlton, like
Yeah.
19. It's early silver because you can see the big stamp up there in the corner.
Yeah, it looks like I would say like 59 or maybe 1960 or something like that.
Yeah. No, I think it was like 57.
Oh, really?
Like 57.
Oh, that's a good one. First appearance of Black Orchid.
Yeah.
Orchid.
And let me see here. I got a couple mixed in, so I got to be careful here.
Oh, wow. That's really great.
Wow.
That's 20 cents. Wow, that's so crazy. And what would you say the grades are like on these ones?
They're pretty good. I mean, I don't know how well you can see, but like the condition wise, they're mostly like 8s, but there's a few that are up there.
Oh, that's cool. That's the first like something or other. I remember that's like that is a King Cult.
King Call, yeah, not that one.
Oh, Manatech.
Manatech.
What's
now
Manatech?
You'll have to go find this one now.
I have no idea what it is.
Manatech. Let me see here.
They came out with a new version of it, Women Tech, but
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm just joking. I'm being silly.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past
Werewolf 3D. That's cool. I like the 3D books. Life with Archie. That's actually Life with Archie is actually a pretty good series.
Yeah. I'm a
Nice.
sucker for old Archie books, and these are 25-cent copies.
Yeah. So you paid less than the people back in the day for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice. That's like is that a 25 center or 15 center?
15 center.
Wow. Oh, wow. So wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like Godzilla, so
Yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah, you should just bought everything. Just said, oh, screw it, we'll just buy everything.
Yeah, he was being
Yeah.
Wow.
Living Mummy.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
I really like this one. I mean, that's been on every hot list for the last few months.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
Daredevil?
because there was supposed to be a crossover, right, in the TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first
Spot.
cover. Yeah. Very cool.
Let's see if I can.
He got a bunch more.
Yeah, I know. I've been working with it. I put a few away.
So,
hey, kids, how are you?
Oh, here we go.
It's 2 L's. I'm the second version of those choices. Oh, that's cool.
Part 1 from the Death of Craven.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah. The what's it called? Something Hunt?
Craven's Last Hunt.
Last Hunt. Yeah. Dark Assassins. Never heard of it.
Greater Mercury, anything that isn't like torn to crap is pretty tough. And again, I know you can't probably see it, but
can't see it, but
we'll
really pretend. So is it was that like a underground comic, an independent comic that was cool?
Independent, the Greater Mercury. I think Grips was Greater Mercury, if you remember Grips.
No.
Oh, you got 2 of those.
I got 2 of those.
Oh wow, Blue Devil. Is that Blue Devil #1?
Yes.
Oh wow. That's crazy. Oh, that's a hot book too, because they were gonna make Wonder Man TV series, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
Oh, that's the first appearance of what's the character?
I think it's
Morg?
Modo or something.
Mordo. Yeah, Modo. Yeah. It's a living planet.
Yeah.
See, I remember stuff. Okay. Fighting Navy. That's interesting.
Yeah, and again, any charlatan that you can find that isn't torn to crap.
Yeah, I mean, charlatans, their books weren't really meant to last.
No.
Oh, that's cool.
No, Charlton didn't care.
Oh, the little Audrey. That's really
Yep.
nice.
12 center.
Nice. Lots of Silver Age.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Zorak had some really great covers.
Yeah, the painted covers, they look real good.
Yeah.
Tono and Kono there. Gold Key did a lot of that, you know, Solar Man of the Atom, and what was the other one? Magnus Robot Fighter and stuff like that.
Oh, Grimjack number
Yep.
1. That's really nice.
And then this one is a real throwback because I just remember this really well. Gold Keys
See?
Hucked In, and this was from the Banana Split show, and it was like live action 3 little kids, and I guess they were running around in front of a backdrop.
Yeah.
Remember, they couldn't do green screen back then, but they were in front of like a movie screen or something, and you'd see animated everything else.
That's
weird
funny.
stuff.
I never saw
Wow.
that.
The Stalker #1 from DC.
Somebody else was showing that book. That's a really weird one.
Yeah.
I don't have that in my collection actually, but that's a really weird comic.
And then
I think that's its first appearance too, actually.
And anything Red Circle. And there was some other Red Circles.
Yeah, Red Circle.
Yeah,
very
like
interesting.
Fly and something like that, but I don't have them down here. But Thunder Bunny #1, and again, these are really.
I like Thunder Bunny.
They're really clean. I mean, this one has sharp corners. There's no ticks. I mean, it's probably like a 9.4 just at a glance.
So, do you think it was just somebody's collection that was just unsorted, or
probably?
Well, he said that he bought out that lot and just didn't have time and didn't want to look through it.
Yeah, he didn't want to be bothered.
He said as much. You know, I just bought this out and I don't want to go through it and I don't have time. So he just put it out for 20 cents.
Yeah.
Just to get
rid of it. Hi, Steven, by the way.
Which makes like no sense.
Yeah, because it was a lot of good things in there. And I know some of those books he could have got $3-4 for at least, and he sold them for 20 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense. That's really you're lucky. Were there other people like
it was like a million people there. It was packed. That table was packed with people. I mean, people were waiting in line for you to move.
Yeah, of course. Did you see anyone snipe anything awesome or?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure because David did 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I did 1 because when I first went, he had some $3, $5, and $10 box. And I started at the $3 and $5 boxes. I was figuring out 20 cents is going to be beat to death. It's going to be stuff I don't want. So at least if I start at the $3, I might find something. And I did. And then I saw the stuff David had, and he was like, well, just go look. So I went and looked, and then he looked again. And like I said, I swiped up everything he had, Batman, everything Green Lantern, everything Green Arrow, and a couple of other things that just the cover looks interesting. And because it was 20 cents, I was like, well, you know, what the heck? It's 20 cents. I'll get it and read it and see what it's about.
That's cool.
And then there was a bunch of other ones that were like 30 and 40 centers of Avengers and Superboy and Supergirl and stuff like that. I've got those upstairs though. But anything like that, anything 30 and 40 cents, I would just grab it anyways.
Yeah.
And I've got sorting them into the bins upstairs.
I never get books that cheap. All the books I buy are way too expensive. My credit card bill shows it. It's really frustrating.
You got to have the patience to stand there though and sift through those books, because you got to sift through one by one. You can't just like kind of flip real quick, and you got to do the one by one. But if you don't have patience for that, then
she did better than I did, actually.
Yeah, I have the patience, but my kids usually come with me, so they don't have the patience, and they just poke me the whole time. It's like, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to get a chance to look through the boxes.
Oh, man. Yeah, but we had a good time. And it was another guy out there who also had
Oh, thanks. By the way, Werewolf by Lunchtime.
Werewolf by Lunch.
Love both channels. Alan is
Thank you.
Golden Age Comics, and you guys with amazing toy collection. Thank you,
Thank
Werewolf
you.
by Lunchtime.
Yeah. So but I don't have my 20 cent, but I got some other stuff that I bought.
Yeah, she
Okay,
brought some
I'll make
stuff
you guys
up.
big again.
Okay. So this one guy that I buy from a lot, he had some war books, and he had this Enemy Ace. Well, not this ain't Enemy Ace. I'm sorry, Blind Night Fighter, and I like war books, and he had that. I thought it was pretty cool.
But yeah, back to the
Nice.
bins.
Oh yeah, talk about the bins.
That's nice.
No, you're talking about the bins, or is this something else?
Oh no, yeah, because the books that I got out of the bin, these aren't it.
Oh, okay.
They're still upstairs. These are just
So how
other
much were
stuff.
these ones? These ones were pretty nice too.
Yeah, these ones, this guy that sold these books, he sold everything for $5.
Okay,
Yeah,
not
so
bad. Some looks like Bronze Age horror and stuff,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
some Silver Age stuff there.
yeah. So these are stuff that I'm trying to finish, some sets that I'm trying to finish. They're not as, great a shape, but that's fine for me. I like it.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's all.
Challengers of the Unknown, I think, is totally underrated. It's sort of like, wasn't it the inspiration for Fantastic Four?
I'm not sure. I was introduced to it reading the Swamp Thing book. Yeah, Swamp Thing. Him and Dead Man was in in a couple of issues, and it was a really good storyline, and it told a little bit about their backstory, so it made me interested. But I'm not sure if that's where they got Fantastic Four. I don't read Fantastic Four and X-Men and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not sure. David would know better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like my horror books.
Yeah.
Horror and war
Yeah,
books.
lots of Bronze
Now this came
Age
out
horror.
out of the 20 cent.
Yeah.
This did. This is 20 cent. And I got it because it looked like it's trying to be a
And it's a #1.
Yeah. It looks like it's trying to be a horror book.
Marvel Chillers.
Yeah. So, it just got a few things trying
Yeah,
to
it looks
fill
really
out.
cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't remind me.
Oh. Yeah, Black made it. Okay. I'll show some more later. Can't show all right now.
Okay. I'll go.
You're a mess.
I also did.
Actually, while you were showing books, it was actually good because my internet was cutting out. Oh, you picked that up. That wasn't in the 20 center.
No, he did not get that out of.
No, but I got this for a really, really stupid low price, and it's in like the condition is really good. That's probably at least a 9.4, but
Oh wow.
prices are prices
They
fell
dropped so much on that book.
below where it was before the show even came out because
Yeah,
I don't know, a lot of people,
that show destroyed that book.
Yeah, and I always find that to be so sad because that book has been out for 40 years or so, and it was good, and now one movie or one TV show can destroy a book that people loved for so long. So it's like, did you like the book or not? You know what I mean? Because why should it matter? Is my thought behind it. Why should it matter?
So anyone see the Werewolf by Night Halloween special #2 on Disney Plus? I liked it best in the black and white last year. So I know that they re-released Werewolf by Night in color. It's not a new episode or anything. It's just in color. I think that's pretty lazy, personally.
Yeah. I never saw it, and I didn't see the first one because we don't have Disney Plus. But I heard it was really good.
It's really good, actually. It's watchable. It's like, it's fun. I like, it's kind of very film noir, and like, has that kind of classic horror from like Hammer Films kind of level. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I liked it a lot. But I don't know why they colorized it. I think that's just them being lazy and like like.
It proves they can do it right if they want to.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, but that's asking a lot to say that they want to do something right.
I thought that was going to spring forward something else, like they were going to try and keep that going, but nothing came out afterwards.
And the
It
funny
was
thing
like,
is
oh,
that
this
one,
is going great, and let's just drop it.
yeah. I mean, the funny thing is like so many things didn't go well, and they seem to stick with those. But then the one
Yeah.
show that does well, they drop. I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, okay. Nostalgic Podcast says that there's a new one. A new.
Oh, it's a new one.
I haven't seen it. I'll probably after this stream I'll go check out Disney Plus. I have like multiple subscriptions to Disney Plus because in Canada I don't know why, but every time you get like something like like if you get a cell phone or if you get a like something from like Bell or Rogers, like the two big carriers here in Canada, like internet or something like that, they give you like a year of Disney Plus for free. So so I have like all these years of free Disney Plus that I can use, but I don't know. It's really silly. So yeah, I'll have to go check that out though.
I know I heard they were doing it in color. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
all that
Hopefully
I
it's
heard.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it's good like the first one.
Yeah. I'll show some books too.
Okay.
Since I was kind of going through my PreCode Horror box. I have like a box devoted to PreCode Horror.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I figure, hey, why not show some of my PreCode Horror? So I'm gonna just, they're all raw. Like I have probably about 400 PreCode Horror comics in my collection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it just adds up. I don't know. I just keep on buying all this crap. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna go solo. Sorry.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't freeze up when I'm doing this. So here's the first one. I kind of like these tentacly ones. This is, girl in the red dress.
Yeah.
Bit of tentacle. I don't know what's going on with the creature's eyes. Some weird thing going on there.
Yeah, it's like stuff is coming out of the eyes.
Yeah. So this is like fantastic. So this magazine is fantastic. Number 9. And this one actually I shouldn't really show, but it's a really cool book.
Okay.
It's going to be in the next unboxing. So you're seeing it. This is like a preview, sneak preview, but it's a major cover.
Oh,
interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Dynamic Comics. The weird thing about this book, I got it really, really cheap. There was like a 0.5 that sold for like just under like about $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I paid $200 for this.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is, somebody, I don't know why, but they put they married the cover with another comic. So it's actually this is the cover that everyone wants, but the interior is Dynamic Comics number 18. So so it's a cool cover, but the wrong interior. So, but yeah, I'll find a coverless copy somewhere and then just properly marry it together. But it's a really cool cover, isn't it? Like, look at this guy right here.
Weird.
Yeah.
He's getting like totally squished. This guy right here.
Yeah.
Can you see his arm and stuff? Like,
is he putting acid on him or something?
He's being dissolved.
It looks like he's being dissolved or something. It's just a crazy cover. Crazy cover. And
Candlestick wanted to know Michael Myers' first appearance in comics. I think that's in Chaos Comics, isn't it?
He was in
I'm
comics?
not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I'll tell you the truth.
I think that's Chaos had that.
Okay, wait. A bunch of these are ones that are in my next unboxing. I can't show. Sorry. You're not going to get to see those ones. Okay. But
talking mystery.
This one I just showed on the My Bloody Cover challenge.
Yeah.
That was my most recent challenge. You guys should participate in that one. That's a fun one. Find covers with lots of blood. And
I don't know.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I thought about you the other day. It's a channel, and they did a documentary on the Salty books and that whole thing with the PreCode Horror, and they showed clips from the trial and all
Oh
of that.
wow.
Yeah, it was really good. The guy did a lot of research. He showed like because they went and talked to kids and parents. He showed that,
Mhm.
he showed the trial and everything. And it was a really interesting documentary.
You'll have to send me the link. I'll
Yeah,
watch it.
I'll send it to you because I just watched it I think last week. It was a really good one.
So these
Uh-oh.
are witchcraft. Oh, am I frozen again?
No, you're good to go.
Okay. So you just tell me if I'm frozen. Okay, so
Okay.
this is witchcraft number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then this title has like some affordable books and then crazy expensive books. This is Witch's Tales.
I like that one with the guy
Yeah,
in the
there's a lot
head
of
and
stuff going on.
At least she's feeding him.
yeah, giving him something to eat so he won't starve.
Yeah,
to
she's
my God.
taking care of him.
Yeah.
death.
And this one, there's like a nurse and a doctor, so everyone's taken care of here too.
Is his
Yeah.
brain exposed? Is that
Yeah, so what it is I think this is like, an experiment gone wrong where they have different brains. But the funny thing is, okay, so you got his brain has been replaced, and it was replaced with a criminal's brain. So the empty jar down here is criminal's brain. And then they have like president's brain and like author's brain. And so you get different brains that you can put in.
No, wrong
Isn't
one.
that fun? They picked the wrong one. Why would you put in, they could have put in some nice brain, but they
That
chose
must
that
have
one.
been Mr. Normal's brain.
Yeah, yeah,
Young Frankenstein.
yeah.
Abby somebody.
And this is a cool one. Like this is like, Subway with a whole bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
They've been waiting a long time.
Yeah,
She's trying to get out.
the subways around here are always breaking down. So, probably that's what they were just on the local subway here,
Yeah.
waiting for hours and hours. Okay, that I can't show. Sorry, there's a bunch in here that are like new acquisitions that I want to save for my
Oh,
unboxing.
Chilling tail.
But this is
Yeah,
a cool
that's
one.
a nice
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
one.
I'm
do you
trying to
get
get the
more-
whole run of this one.
Oh, you really?
I'm only missing one issue now.
uh-oh.
Oh, okay. You're almost there.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you a bunch from the title. They're kind of crazy
wow.
covers.
Yeah. The Neanderthal man.
And this is my favorite from the run. You got these skeletons and they're dropping this girl into a pit. Maybe a well. Looks like almost like a well.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'll show some more afterwards.
Okay.
I'll go back. Go back to you guys.
So you get the majority of your books from Heritage, right?
Yeah, I get a lot from Heritage, but sometimes I get like stuff from private collections as well. Like people like reach out to me and stuff. That's happening more and more lately, where people are reaching out to me.
Yeah, we were at the comic show. Me and this guy, we were looking for some books, and we started talking and exchanged numbers, and we got together. He sold me some of his books, some of his EC and some romance books, because I'm collecting the EC reprints, and he had a bunch, and he was trying to get rid of them. So he sold me some of that.
Yeah,
So you can meet up with people at the shows and just start talking, and half of them want to sell their stuff. So that's what I'm doing lately.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised by the caliber of books that are becoming available. Like just some really crazy stuff. Becoming like people offering me books that are really rare, hard to find books, and at like really discounted prices.
Oh wow. Yeah, because this guy, I met with him Monday, and he had some other books, and he had some LB Cole books, and I'm like, wow, you're selling this?
No, he was gonna trade them. He's I was gonna take him to the comic shop and see if I could trade him for something. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the best on that one.
Yeah. Because he was like, here, I got these, which I was like, I would love some LB Cole, but I know that's too much for me. But
what you should have done is traded all your 20-cent books for
that's my whole collection. But we're still working together. But I mean, that's a way to get some stuff too. I've been realizing because the last couple of shows I've talked to people that way, and it works
Mhm.
out pretty
Well, yeah, you
good.
should have him reach, like, if you should get photos of those books. Like, I can, LB
I
Cole,
can
I
ask
sort
you
of,
for some pictures and send them to you.
yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be very interested because I collect LB Cole. I have a whole, a
Yeah.
whole box devoted to LB Cole. I have like over probably 200 to 300 LB Cole books in my
Yeah,
collection.
that many?
Something like that, yeah. Something
Oh
crazy. It's like
wow.
a crazy number, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
But a
yeah.
lot of them you can get like a whole bunch really cheaply. Like he did work on classic illustrated stories for kids. Like it was like children's classics or something illustrated.
Mhm.
And they're really cheap, like $5-10 each kind of level.
Oh wow.
So really affordable. So wait, I gotta get back to the chat here. 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
So was Biden's brain in one of those jars?
That's how they got him mixed up. He thought it was going to be the president's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
They're still trying to locate Biden's brain, actually. It's somewhere, but not where it should be.
Yeah.
And then we got Candlestick asked, are you guys familiar with the character
Cassie Hack.
Cassie Hack? She's a female horror victim who has overcome her fears and decided to take revenge on horror villains who are known in the comic as slashers.
Oh no, I never heard.
Never heard of her. Sorry, Candlestick. So yeah. So what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to show you this.
All right. Oh,
This
I'll
is,
make it. Wait, I'll make it big again. Let me
Okay.
make it big.
Back to the bins.
Yeah, because I like crime. So I found this crime book. I found two actually.
You can get those quite affordably, actually.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're quite cool.
I like reading like all of this stuff right here. Is always funny. It's always hilarious.
These are from the bin.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? These are from the 20-cent bin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Usually you can't get them that cheap, but but yeah. Like when I say cheap, I mean like $50, $20 to $50. That's
Oh, she lucked out. I told you she did a little better than I did.
wow. I wasn't expecting you to find Golden Age in that 20-cent bin. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and people I think some of those dealers they don't realize or they don't expect people to go. I go through the bins really slow and I look at every book. And then I found stuff in there and they said, hey, that wasn't supposed to be in that box. But they'll sell it to you anyway because they made the mistake by putting it in the box.
Well, that's good on them.
Yeah, that they sold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great for me.
I'd be nervous, like if I was the dealer, like, if there's that much of a range that there's Golden Age and Silver, and what if there's like some rare book or some expensive book, like, early X-Men or early whatever, seems like a bit of a risk to just offer everything for 20 cents without going through it.
Yeah.
But
what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel like going through it, because that's what the guy said. I don't feel like going through it. I mean, you probably should rethink your career choices.
Your position. His logic was that the person that he bought them off of, it averaged out on his end to about 7 cents a book.
Okay, so he's still tripling his money.
Yeah. He was like, I'm not really that worried about it. I know I probably should have gone through them, but whatever. I don't have time. But still, you got to make.
How long does it take to go through a long box?
Not that much.
If
you've been doing it long enough, you kind of know. Okay, you know what? This should probably be in a $1 bin. This should probably be in a $3 box. This is probably something I should set aside and check it out later. Like those two.
I missed everything you just said because I froze up.
I was like, if you're going to dig through, then if you're going to do that, it doesn't take much to flip through and you say, okay, this is probably worth $1. That's probably worth $3. This
Yeah.
is probably something that maybe I should check later, like those 2 crime books.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and get back to it instead of just saying, "Oh, it's too much. I don't want to look through all those boxes."
Well, even if you don't do it yourself, get some like lackey that you work with to do it. You know what I mean? Like somebody like that will be, you know.
Then he might swipe a couple of books then.
But
Yeah.
who cares? At 20 cents each, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know. But some dealers are like that, and you know, you see that not only with comic books, but at the toy show too. You have dealers that buy out another toy dealer's booth and just sell the stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So, you know, if you want to say, yeah, I'll buy out your stuff, just be willing to take it home and sit down, even if you have to forego going to a show the next week or two. So you can go through it, or take an hour a night and go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly catch up on the comments. I've been selling X-Men to get just to buy David Stevens stuff and the odd Golden Age comic. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dave Stevens. You guys, do you guys collect Dave Stevens?
I don't know who that is. I don't really know a lot of artists or writers or anything. I just look at the covers.
So Dave Stevens, I don't have anything handy that I can grab to show you. He's the one that does a lot of, like, he was like in the 80s. He did like a lot of Good Girl stuff. He did also Betty Page. He kind of brought Betty Page back, and he was the one that did the Rocketeer. That's his claim to fame, that character. But he died young. He died really young.
Oh, okay.
Cover reminds me of Escape from Alcatraz. Okay, which one was that? I wonder.
I think it was this crime book.
Oh, the crime book. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because one of them they're swimming.
They
are
escaping.
escaping.
They are escaping from Alcatraz, actually.
Yeah, it does look like Escape from Alcatraz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're guilty.
That's right. They're guilty.
Guilty. Justice.
But they are guilty. My
Guilty.
favorite Golden Age artist is Matt Baker.
I like Matt Baker.
It couldn't have been easy being a gay black man.
Oh,
he was not gay. He was not gay. That's a modern myth. He was probably not gay. That's a modern myth.
I like L.B. Cole, and this is another guy. But Matt Baker and L.B. Cole, I would love to collect their work.
Yeah, Matt Baker is getting really pricey nowadays. He's quite hot. He's the hot artist right now. It seems quite common occurrence that vendors don't or want to go through all the boxes of comics and are only looking for certain big money books they can easily recognize.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as a dealer, you'd think that you'd be you should, like, I consider myself semi-savvy about books. Like, I know like a fairly broad base, but you would think as a dealer, you should be like me times 10. You know what I mean? Like where
Oh, Alan's frozen. So we got to talk for him until
Frozen pudding pop Alan. He's
frozen in time.
Alan froze up. Did I get any of that out? So I was saying, like,
we were making fun of you while you were frozen.
I'm like, goofy face. So I was saying that as a dealer, you should be able to, be really savvy and just know every single not just the major keys, but the semi-major keys, and just like, like a reasonable, like me times 10 is what I was saying. Like, somebody that.
Yeah, or like I was saying, I was flipping through there, pulling out anything that was 30 or 40 cents. Just it's not 20 cents worth.
Yeah. I mean, that's the basic. Yeah. How does David and Lady Pop Hunter feel about Nightwing being turned bi when he was a ladies' man for years?
No.
We don't like when there's drastic changes to a traditional character.
Yeah, me either.
Like what they're doing with Alan Scott now. Alan Scott Green Lantern. They're making.
What's this?
You didn't read up
They're bringing him back.
They're bringing back Alan Scott in a new Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
National, with the Spectre.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be set in the 40s. Yeah, it's set in the 40s, but he's going to be a gay man struggling to come out. And
the writer
yeah,
was commissioned to do
Well,
that is the core of the story. Forget whatever else is going on.
Because I saw the artwork and I was like, oh man, they're gonna have Green Lantern and Spectre, two of my favorite characters.
Is Spectre gonna be gay too? They're gonna be a gay couple?
They didn't say anything about him. They didn't say anything, but the artwork showed both of them, and it said in the the little description that they were gonna both be in the book. They were gonna be like a team up. But it concentrated.
What kind of team up?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to know. And I got kind of excited. I was like, oh yeah. And then I kept reading, and it said that Alan Scott was going to be gay, and that during in the 40s, going to be set in the 40s, but it's going to be him struggling.
Because he actually had a girlfriend in the comics.
He
actually got married in the comics.
Yeah,
he got married to Harlequin.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna be struggling with that too, but he's gonna be struggling.
Oh man!
According to the
and it's so basically another DC gay romance novel.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's.
I don't think there's enough gay people to buy all these books. I
don't think they do.
And they probably don't even read comics.
They don't. It's pandering to a demographic that doesn't support them anyways. It's like, what are you trying to do? It's like that movie Bros when it came out. No one went to see it. Because even from within that community, they did not support it. So why? I don't know.
Well, I always saw the whole thing as being like this. Like do you remember going to like old movie store, like Blockbuster or like those kind of rental places, and you get like all the genres. You get like romance, sci-fi, horror, and they even had like adult, of course. And then they would have like a gay section, gay and lesbian section, right? Like all the shops we had that, and it was a small section, and and there wasn't really that much action in it. It wasn't like where you'd see, oh, I can't rent this gay video because it's so much demand. There was just not much demand for that section, and probably those were better written stories. Even they were probably reasonably well done. And there just wasn't much demand for it because not many people are interested in gay stories, except gay people potentially, right?
Yeah.
Even gay people are probably not that interested in gay stories either.
Apparently not.
No.
So the point is, like, why would you take that one little section and then devote the whole store to it? It just doesn't make sense.
But my question always has been, if you want that so badly, create your own characters. And David always say they don't create their own characters because they don't want those characters. So they got to hijack our characters, the characters that are already established. Everybody knows them.
Yeah.
And try to force it on you that way. Because if they create a whole new superhero or whatever, and that's what their identity is, nobody's going to go in there. And try to
so they try to force it into another area, and then it's like, hey, wait a minute, you're upending your core audience because they're used to it being a certain way, and then it's like, what would you flip this up so much for? What the hell?
Yeah. And they're already flipping up a lot of things with gender swapping, race swapping, and all of that. And that kind of stuff you kind of can kind of push back, but then when you get the sexual identity, it's like, okay, we went too far now.
So did you guys hear about South Park?
Oh, they did that whole thing about Disney, and they
no, they're going further. They're going further. So they're coming out with a show on the 27th, I believe, and it's South Park into the Pandaverse. And it's all about pandering, so in it, Carmen is a black lesbian, I believe. So they race and gender swapped all the characters. So Carmen is Carmen. You know Carmen. Carmen.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He's a black woman,
Mhm.
empowered woman too. And then they made all the characters either like Asian or Indian or like some like person of color.
Yeah.
And I think Butters is transsexual. It's like- but they
I
did it as a
saw the
joke, right? They're
pictures
making
of it.
fun of
That is the one because Disney took an affront to it, and they trying to put a cease and desist or something.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Disney feels that it's an attack, a direct attack on them.
It is a direct attack on them.
Yeah.
But poetic license, it's not going to go far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I think
still.
I think Disney is like really like gone too wokey and too annoying. So I think people are just getting tired of it. So, but
Yeah.
okay, one sec here. Let's get back to. I always get behind on the chats. One sec here. Do you have a run of Tales of the Crypt comics? Also, do you guys prefer human slashers or supernatural slashers?
I have some Tales from the Crypt. I actually have it here because, like I said, I'm trying to collect up the EC reprints because I can't afford the originals.
Yeah, the originals are pretty expensive.
Yeah, so I actually have some of the Tales from the Crips, and then getting it, I didn't realize that you have EC, Gladstone, and Paper Cut. So you got like 3 different people making reprints.
For
these
stuff.
Yeah, and it all has different numbers and all kind of stuff. So yeah, I have some of those.
Okay. And love the Rocketeer movie from 1990 with Jennifer Connelly. I actually really liked it too. Did you guys watch that movie, The Rocketeer?
I haven't seen it.
No, I've
actually.
never seen it.
No, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's worth watching.
Okay.
So yeah. And Jennifer Connelly's cute, so it's always a bonus. One sec here. Wait, I'm way behind on chat here. One sec here. Oh my goodness. One sec here.
Okay.
I kind of messed up. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, agenda. Create
Yeah.
your own buy characters. Create your own buy characters again. The reason a lot of these vendors don't care is because they only got into selling comics due to the hype in the market from the movies. They don't really know comics well. I think that happened. Actually, that happened more in the 90s where, you got every person, I'm going to start a comic book store. And there was like comic book stores all over the place. And then for some reason they all went out of business because they didn't know what they were doing.
You can tell when it's somebody who collects also, or they're just selling.
Yeah, because we were at the show this past one, and me and one of the vendors were talking, and I asked a question about a book about EC. Actually, he didn't have a clue what I was talking about. He showed me something else totally, and I'm like, I just went along like, okay. And then we started talking about comics, and everything was just like way off the mark. And I mean, I'm new to comics, like really new. And you've been selling comics for years, but he obviously knows nothing about comics. If you ask him about anything, he doesn't know, and he'll start talking. And then how when people don't know something and they start talking about it, you can kind of tell. And that's what he does. He tries to talk like he knows what he's talking about, but as he keeps going, you're like, okay, dude, you don't have a clue what so you just kind of leave it alone. And then the prices of the books reflect that, because it's like, okay, I'm looking at this book, I know what this is, and it should be way more than what you have it, but because you don't know what this is,
well, that's a good thing. I would say.
Yeah, it's good for me. You're gonna be doing something. It seemed like you want to do some research, at least look it up, compare it to,
or it's way off. There's a lot of times we go and pick through people's bins, and it's like, how much?
Yeah,
you've lost your mind.
Because
I hate when I experience still the super overinflated prices, like where they it's COVID prices but double. It's still like
Well,
it's like yeah,
part
I
of
just
it
can't handle that.
part of it is slab driven, and it's something I've noticed recently where people are talking about, and there's a misconception there where they're saying, oh well, it's nice to see a lot more raw books going up now, and raw book prices and slab prices are starting to meet up because people are getting tired of slabs. That's not true. The slabs are selling more than ever.
Yeah.
People are getting more stuff slabbed now than they ever were, but dealers have been slowly inching those prices up and speculating on condition to the point where for a raw copy you're paying almost as much as it would be graded.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm finding is they're selling the hype of if you're buying a raw comic that could be a 9.8 candidate.
Yeah.
Oh, if you just press it, if you just clean it, it'll be a 9.8. And it could be like, the cover's falling off, but it's a 9.8. It's a 9.8.
And they don't know. And I had gone through that with a book with somebody. It was at one of the Atlanta comic conventions. It was like 2 or 3 back. If you remember the guy, he was. I was asking him about a book, and I thought it was too expensive. He wanted like about $50 for it, and I was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, average price is more around such and such. And he was like, well, I can't go by that because you have to talk about condition. And I was like, okay, well, what condition do you think this is?
Yeah.
And he's stand there. He didn't even look at the book. He's just standing there looking at me. And then he goes, how about 30? he had no clue what the how to grade it or anything. So it's like, well, if you can't go by average prices and you don't know what the grades are, then where did you get your price from?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was actually, the funny thing is it was worse back in the day. Like I remember back in the 90s when you had good, fine, and like mint. There was only there was like 3 grades really, and pretty much, if it was totally like just falling apart, it'd be the lower grade. If it was sort of like not quite falling apart, it'd be the mid grade, and then mint was like looked like half decent. That it was like really a broad grouping of grading. So yeah, I kind of like the fact that we have much more fine-tuned grading system now, but a lot of people don't know how to grade.
No.
No. Well, they got the Overstreet guide, but then the companies don't go by that, and then CGC came out with their own grading guide.
And it's wonky.
Yeah. It is a little wonky. It's a different system. Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw videos where when it first the guide first came out, the CGC guide first went out, and the people were reading through it.
And they're like, "What is this?" or when have you ever followed this rule, CGC? You don't do this. They were picking it apart. Oh, and by the way, no worries, Lamar. Lamar says,
I gotta catch up here. 1 second.
About this question, but no worries.
Okay, wait. So, okay, this is how far back I am. Okay, so this is like long conversation to go. I'm just with honesty, but makes people change overnight and makes it canon. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's like okay. Old conversation.
And
younger fans chasing them. Yeah.
Anime and manga doing really well.
Well, they say that they're trying to bring in the newer, not the newer, the younger audience. And it's like, if you do good artwork, you write good stories, if people want to read it, they're going to read it.
Yeah.
If they don't want to read it, they're not going to read it. So changing it up and making it fresh and relevant is not going to, I don't think.
It's the rock and roll argument. My description of it is it's the rock and roll argument, because the attitude is we're a bunch of old fuddy-duddies who don't like change. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's so true.
We heard this during the rock and roll era. Rock and roll is garbage. It's going to die. It won't last a decade. But the money was there. It sold. It made so much money. It was insane. So anyone who sat there and said rock and roll sucks, well, then, hey, I guess I was wrong. It was just my opinion, because it's making a fortune and it's still around.
Yeah, and it still plays on the radio.
People still want to hear the classic rock and roll, but this stuff doesn't sell.
No.
Yeah,
so
nobody's buying it.
If it was flying off the shelves and they were selling, nowadays they're lucky if they can get 30,000-40,000 out of a print run. And in my day, they were printing millions.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's saving comics right now is just the variant covers.
Yeah.
People they don't even bother reading the books anymore. Why bother? The story's terrible.
If they were making tons of money, then I would have to say, okay, well, maybe I was wrong. But you're not. You're not making any damn money, so.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly answer these questions. Yes, I do bid on my comic shop auctions. Actually, I have to pay for a bunch that I just bought.
Alan's in trouble.
Yeah.
Alan's behind.
I'm in trouble. Okay, what Disney did to Star Wars, they deserve all the flack they get. Yeah, I'm so sad. Every time I think of Star Wars, a little tear kind of goes down my face.
No.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of what they did. Disney tied the hands of creators too. They banned the what did that say? It's like
they banned the use of tobacco in the MCU. And
that's true.
That's classic for him to have a cigar.
Okay, Wolverine smoking. Okay, 1 second here. I'm trying to keep up here. See, the chat is actually more engaged than I am. Okay, 1 second.
Shame on you.
Some of the old catalogs in the early 70s had no grade for sale, just the title, issue number, and price. Yeah, that's the way I always saw it. Yeah. Manga is better than American comics. Is manga better than American comics?
A lot of people like it better because it's genre.
Right now, right now I'd say it's better.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm almost caught up here. When I sell on eBay, I undergrade by a point, so I don't get arguments by buyers. Yeah,
you'll still get
yeah, they'll still have.
You'll still get arguments. Don't worry. Oh, hi, Angry Otter. And that's it. I'm caught up. Wow.
Yay!
I'm the worst. I'm the worst at this thing.
It's all right, Alan.
But yeah, I'm trying.
You'll be okay.
So what was I going to say? Do you have some more books you want to show?
Oh yeah, she had some more from her bins.
The bin books didn't make it down here.
So are you sure you had a couple?
No.
You picked some of these. Some of these still came out of that $4 bin, though.
Yeah. Some of these are out of $3 and $4.
I'll make you big again.
Oh yeah, you got to make me big.
These were $5 each, or 5 for 20.
Yeah,
so not bad.
Did you show those? I don't think you showed those.
Oh, okay. Hold on, David, keeping me in mind.
Yeah,
because I like the demon, and then I got some of the.
Do you have a pretty good run of it, or?
I do, because I'm almost finished with the original run, which is this, and because it's actually upstairs in the 20-cent. He has some of the newer ones.
Yeah,
so because it was 20 cents.
Ones.
Yeah. So
what era did the collection that he had? It seemed like it didn't run up to the very modern stuff. It seemed to be very broad.
There was modern books in there from like the mid, around 2010-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But nothing there that caught my eye.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a wide range.
That's a cool cover.
He had from some Silver Age, like David said, that Batman book. It was only a few. He had silver, bronze, copper. He had every category in there. It was just like somebody took some books and put it in a box, and
I like that.
Yeah,
I like ones with girls with red dresses. I always found that fun.
Well, you like the good girl covers.
Yeah.
So that's all Alan is right there.
House of Secrets. That's another good girl cover. I like that one.
Yeah, David got a book. You remember I told you that's a book for Alan?
Oh.
The girl was naked halfway.
No, it was the inside of that book. That's pornographic.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Which one is this?
No. I don't know what that was.
The Lizard Queen or something?
Oh, I never heard of it. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, David.
And they were in the 20 cents pile. And I'm like,
that's weird.
and I just grabbed it because it looked like early 80s independent. You know, it was like late 70s or early 80s independent something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, you know, looking at the price, oh, this is 60 cents. It's not, you know, a modern comic. I'll just grab them. And it's like
Wow, you got a lot of House of Mystery, by the way. Those are really great.
Yeah, because I'm almost finished with my House of Mystery run. I think I need about 10 more books.
And I'll be flip through the books, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
These are adult.
Yeah, very adult.
But actually, you know, those adult books can go for quite a bit of money. Some of them.
Yeah.
You know, there's some pretty collectible ones.
Now I like this one, Enemy Ace. Well, you know, I like the war.
I'm not a big fan of the war books, but that's pretty cool looking. It looks a bit like a mixture of war plus horror.
Yeah, and some of them, like like GI Combat and Unknown Soldier. They got some horror elements in there.
Yeah.
And you know, I call them the controversial covers when you get like the Nazi flag and all of that on there.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. So I like all that.
I think collectors kind of gravitate to the controversy comics, you know, the controversial ones.
Yeah. So I do. And
that was out of the bin, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, this one was out of the 20 cent.
Not bad.
Men of War. Yeah. So you have controversy here. We got the soldier and everything's going on. So
that looks like First World War. You know, the biplane. The
biplane. Yeah. Oh, and then you can be in the Superman movie. Oh, let me see if I can see.
You can win a contest.
Yeah, so you can be in a Superman movie.
Yeah, so you can be sitting at a table and be about this tall in the background for like 12 seconds.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Now this one I like.
Oh yeah.
From the Holocaust. DC.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah.
Star Spangled.
They got the guns and they're gonna kill all of these people if they don't speak up.
You always have to have cute little kids at the front getting shot.
Yeah.
And holding a little doll.
Holding a doll and
that's such a good trope.
Like this stuff just draws me in.
That's good parenting, I think. You know, when you put your kids out front.
Yeah.
Get shot.
And I'll show you some more later.
You owe me for taking care of you all your childhood.
Yeah, all your life.
Be my human shield. So one sec here. I gotta get caught up again on the chat. Okay. Okay. So Taylor Swift is going to be in the next Dazzler, I guess. There's in Deadpool 3. Yeah, I heard about that. Actually, I just picked up Taylor Swift's first comic book.
Alan's frozen again.
Yeah.
So
give him a moment, folks.
Give him a moment.
Catch up. I don't know if they can hear us when he freezes.
And I freeze. Whenever I say something cool and like, you know, I'm like profound, and then I freeze.
Well, you know,
I still freeze.
Trudeau has to make sure that you're not saying anything naughty.
Yeah.
I think I said something naughty and Trudeau got me. So what I was saying was I just picked up Taylor Swift's first appearance in comics.
Oh, she was in a comic?
Yeah, she was in a comic called Fame, Taylor Swift, and it's just like a photo cover of her, and then they have like a variant which is like a painted cover of her.
But I mean, is she like in the book?
Yeah, it's a book devoted to her.
Yeah, because I was kind of surprised when they did that Spider-Man with Eminem on the cover. And then I was asking somebody and it was like, no, Eminem's not in the book at all. He's just on the cover.
Yeah, so this one, it's like actually considered her first comic appearance.
Oh, wow.
And
so it's
there was just a recent record sale for like $70 or $100 for it.
Like, so now it's
because she's hot right now, right?
Ridiculous amount. So you got to get it graded and hold on to it. 3 years.
It's really hard to stay innovative and productive now in comics. Do you think it's really hard to stay innovative and productive? Like, actually, okay, I'm gonna just say something. One sec. Once I read, okay, copy and paste when it seems the new character design.
That's a lot of things doing.
One of the mistakes that I think happens with comics is that or even movies or whatever, is they always think, oh, we got to be bigger or better, or like that next level, or think out of the box, or some stupid like like meme that they come up with. I think a lot of really great storytelling is not that original. Like if you look at the classics like Snow White or Beauty and the Beast, or like any of those stories, you can tell that same story over and over again and people will watch it and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think a lot of the time they overcomplicated things and they try to do too many things, when sometimes just telling a simple story that's like a tale as old as time can really be all you need to do. And I think they try to always put extra explosions or extra whatever, and it kind of destroys the stories half the time. So
yeah, I think they try to make it too relevant.
And then they kind of one up themselves, and that's
what I'm saying.
That's when you end up with Harley Quinn practically beating Superman or something, and it's just like break. I mean, because she beat like everybody in some of that stuff.
Yeah, and it's like she can't do any of that.
Look what they've done to Catwoman over the years. She was just a simple jewel thief once upon a time.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like she's a match for everybody. It's ridiculous.
They call it power creep, where you get the superhero's powers just keep on going up and up and up and up, and then it gets boring. That's like when you get to that situation where the character's just so overpowered that there's nobody that can really beat them, and there's no real fear of this person, like the character dying, or there's no real risk involved.
I think that's what you get with the superheroes. So if you look at it, you can't kill Superman or Wonder Woman or anybody like that. I mean, Batman can be killed, but he's like crafty, so it keeps you engaged. But I mean, they can use like real stories because I think people are creatively bankrupt nowadays. You can't write a song, you can't write a movie, you can't write a TV show, you can't write comics.
And then you go on strike.
Yeah, then you go on strike. You want more money. And it's like, why do you want more money? And all you putting out is garbage or remakes or a retelling of a story that's been out, a movie that's been out 10 times. Oh, we're going to redo this movie and we want more money. But it's the same movie that's been out like 10 times.
That's one of the things that we liked about the Pattinson Batman.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, when he jumps off the roof, he goes to jump off the roof and he hesitated for a moment.
Yeah.
And then when he jumps and when he lands, he doesn't stick the landing. He messed it up.
Yeah.
And he got hurt. You could tell he was hurting.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, you've added a realistic dynamic to the character now.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then when it comes to comics and movies, it's like, okay, we want to tell the Avengers story. How many Avengers books are there? Use the story that's already been written and put it in live action form. If you have to have a superhero movie, you don't have to come up with all of these weird storylines and just creep it out to the point that nobody knows what you're even talking about. Like what they did with Nick Fury. He was a not a superhero, but he was like a super soldier.
He was a solid character.
Yeah. And now he loses his eye to a cat.
I thought that was pretty weak.
Shrapnel.
In the original story, it was shrapnel.
Yeah, which is a bit heroic.
That's heroic.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, that's a real man's man, a soldier, and now he lost his eye because a cat scratched him.
Yeah. And they like, excuse me, they pussify some of these characters.
Yeah.
Like
well, just mainly the male characters.
It's always
the female characters are super powered now, so don't worry.
Look what they did to Loki. Loki was one of the best things they had going, and now he's comic relief. They just kept reducing. Everybody was kicking his ass. It was embarrassing.
They did the same to Thor as well.
Yeah,
Thor just a mess.
But where they started out, like if you look at the first Iron Man, Tony Stark, he was a broken man, and that
Mhm.
and working his way through that is what made the character so interesting. Okay, he's arrogant, but arrogant and flawless sucks. Arrogant and okay, you know what? Maybe I'm not so great, but I'm going to figure it out is interesting. You saw the same thing with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I
That was
actually think what they're doing nowadays is before you take a character that's broken and then you fix them.
yeah,
That's the arc. Now it's the other way around. You take a character that's whole and then you break them down. Do you know
But
what I
a
mean?
woman,
It's almost like
but
the
a
opposite.
woman breaks them down. They're not broken down by life. They're broken down by a little 50-pound woman. And and it's like, this ain't good.
Yeah.
There's always somebody you don't want to like. They're not likable. And it's
Mhm.
like, at least be likable. You're not even likable.
develop the character. It can be done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what's a good example of that? Actually,
What?
Pacific Rim.
Pacific
Oh,
Rim?
okay. Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah,
female
the
character from
Chinese
Pacific Rim
girl. Yeah.
came off all tough, blew it, and
Yeah.
then learned from it. Okay, you know what?
Mhm.
I need to humble myself. I need to figure this out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
When they took her off, she didn't argue. She understood. She didn't get like all snippy with the commanding officer or whatever. But then she came together with the other pilot and they figured it out.
Yeah.
But she was not infallible like they do with all of these characters now. With this, you can do no wrong and you get a bad attitude and you're loud and
Yeah.
you're an expert at everything.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah, I'm tired of women being perfect. Sorry. It's a little bit annoying. Oh well. By the way, I gotta wrap up. My wife is
Oh,
yelling at me in the
Oh,
background.
okay. Okay.
But I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We'll have to do this again sometime.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks again. Sorry, my wife is going crazy in the background. So
I was in trouble.
yeah, I'm in trouble. So thanks again, guys. By the way.
Sure.
Bye.
And so everyone, I put the link to their channel in the description. So go over, check them out if you haven't already subscribed to them. Actually, I just put Open by Chance, but I'll put your channel link in there as well, lady.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.